Hey guys, how you doing? So what I want to take you through is how to ultimately run very quick reports and things that you can show your actual client using the tools that we've got, our clients at Pearl Lemon. So there's three places to check ultimately, well potentially four, and I'll run through them with you. So the first place is to check Google Analytics. So we're going to Google Analytics. I'd give you the login, analytics.google.com. You're going to be using the team at Pearl Lemon address. And once you're in here, what we're going to be looking for ultimately is that we want to present them anything that's meaningful in terms of wins. So we're on the Smokeless Vape site right now. So to go and find it, you can click into there and you can type, a keyword and they would come up. So we're in here right now. And then what we're going to do is to go to acquisition, go to all traffic, and then go to channels. And within channels, what you'll see is that you'll get an opportunity to have a look at really what's happening and to see what we can do to present, the positive side of things. So we've got organic, we've got direct, we've got social. So we're going to go into organic and we're going to ultimately do a comparison of the last month and compare that to the previous period to have a look, okay? So let's have a look at what's going on. So, this is the channel for organic search, okay? So then if we go to we go to all now and take a look at this, what we'll see is that at the moment everything is actually growing, as you can see, which is really good to see. So in this instance, what we do is we present this data. We present this data in a quick snapshot. Okay, so this is like Give me a second. This is like, snapshot one. And what you want to do is you want to highlight, this bit here to show that growth. You want to show, the actual overall growth. And you want to also compare potentially the dates, okay? So that would be, an example. And you could probably write in, and this is Monosnap that I'm using, but you can pick your tool of preference, it's fast. Month-on-month growth. Okay, and we'll save that as Smokeless Google Analytics. So that's the first thing that we can present to them. So that'd be number one, okay? Now in the instance where, for example, you haven't got any of these data points, you can then look at, for example, we're looking at organic, of course, you can then compare perhaps, the last week and compare that to, you see what I'm doing, compare it to the week before to see what's going on here. So here you can still see, for example, that we're getting growth still across the board, and what has gone down is actual referral traffic. So then if we, also potentially, and you don't really need to do this, but we could say that referral traffic seems to, drops are coming from, so this is, referral traffic, and we'd say to the client that this is where maybe referral traffic is actually the issue. So then we'd maybe look into that, and again you wouldn't really need to concern yourselves too much with this. What we're looking for really is ultimately the wins, to have a look at what's actually positive. And let's have a look at where the actual issue is coming from. And it seems to be this site, Crumble Ads Info, which last week was sending them, of course, a lot of traffic, and this week is sending them nothing. So what I do in this instance is the traffic drop. This is the traffic drop. Referral traffic is coming from. So then we've got that now, so we've got these two things, okay? Then we'd also want to go and have a look in here, and what I would do, this is Google Search Console, okay? You can go to Performance, search Web. What you want to do is compare the last, compare the last 28 days to the previous period. You'll click that, and what you'll see is ultimately we're getting a similar amount of clicks, as you can see. So this probably isn't that positive overall, perhaps you could argue, okay? But what we do have is, of course, the actual 585 keywords that they're ranking for. So what I do is I click that Google Sheets, okay, because we've got, ultimately, the impressions. And what we want to show really is the delete all of these, or rather delete these, skip break, do that, Smokeless Vape UK, and these are the spaces that the client is ranking for. And then what I probably do is just, so now that we've got that also, the final place that you can look is within Nightwatch to have a look at what's going on. So you'd log into Nightwatch and you'd go to Smokeless Vapes. Where are they? They're here. And we can see that there's nothing really positive in here to show keywords went down, keywords went up. The average position is 100, meaning for this they're not actually ranking in the actual keyword section. So then what we want to do is instead say, compose an email based upon these things. But these are the areas you should be checking, and you just take screenshots of, the positive things ultimately, which is, and we're comparing what? We're comparing the last 28 days to the previous period. So what we can also do is, add that also. And what I do is we can so what we can do here is go to Aftab, that's a guy, quick update, and jump into here, and I would literally send him looking good, traffic drop is, and it looking very good, traffic drop is coming from referral traffic. Check the site in the links to. So what I'd probably do is break this up into 2 emails. So and what we want to do is also share with him this document, and what we'll do is go to share, and we'll have it so that what we could do, change that, anyone with the link can view. We'll probably change this to Smokeless Vapes keyword tracking. Okay, and do there, add that into here, and we could go ahead and create a folder around this, so it's easier to actually track. See if this damn thing works. So we're back in here now. What we want to do, see if it's possible actually to sort sheet A to Z. Probably don't want to do that actually, because that does not make sense. So keep that there, and we'll put this into a folder. My drive. Smokeless vapes keyword movement, and we'll do the same for other clients, of course. Move here, it's in there. And now we've got that link, and then we'll put that into here, and we could probably write in, if we go to done, let's just see how many keywords that is. In here it will tell us 585 keywords. You're ranking for over 500 keywords and getting more and more add to carts monthly. See here for keywords. So then so we'll send that across. Then we'll also have tab traffic has dropped from this one site. Do you know it? And in there, what we'll do is we'll go into here and we'll slap that into there. We'll let that load up, and ultimately that's an example of what we could do in terms of an update, like once a week or once, well, for each client. I'll talk to you about, you know, reporting timetables and stuff, but as you've seen from here, you can compare, you know, 28 days or the last 7 days or the last 3 months. You're just looking for whatever the positive number is, okay? Whatever the positive number is, year on year. You can also, as soon as you find something positive, and we want to send a client update once a week using this method, in here, we also, of course, want to look at the actual keywords from here and put them into a sheet, and then put that into a folder. We also want to be looking in here, Nightwatch, and, you know, for other clients, you will be able to have a look at these and go in and take screenshots ultimately of anything that's positive, and, you know, look at these elements for that part of the reporting. And then of course you've got Google Analytics, and then finally in here we can go back into the dashboard and look at this actual overview to see what's going on, see if we can find the client. Still crawling pages actually at the moment, but in the site audit sometimes, well, we'll discuss this in a separate video, but hopefully that should be enough for you to work with.